Good morning, everyone, and welcome to class today, second week of our class. We'll continue from where we stopped last week. So, for those that are already having the material that we're using, we stopped last week. We discussed on primary school exam, primary one. So we'll be moving small to 2, 3, 4. See, we reach data except for data analysis. For those that might be free class, So we talk about sum, which we mean sum is the total number of items in a range, which the simple way to have sum is to do equal to sum, close your bracket, and then you hit enter. We talk about sum if, which to add some number, but we have some condition that attached to it. Then from there, we talk about, I gave a classwork on these particular numbers. What is the minimum revenue? What is the maximum revenue? We did the first one, minimum revenue. I said the next three should handle it. We will not touch this one for now because when we maybe move ahead, we'll come back to it. Then we discuss on the fill down. Instead of you doing calculation one by one, you just do one and then use what we call fill down to fill the remaining row. From there, we look at splits. Splitting is to separate a text from one column, so two or more. That's by splitting or splits. To separate a text from one column to two or more columns. Then we use what is called text to column method. And I explained that day that text to column method only functions when you have, that is why you say split is to what? Separate a text from one column to more or two. So we are using what is called text to column. And I explained that day that text to column only functions when you have one column. If you highlight two columns, text to column will not work. Okay, so then we now say, okay, if we can split data, like separate data from one column to two or more, we can equally join data or bringing data from two or more columns into one, which we call join. But the function for join is called concatenate, or we can equally use a formula. Concatenate is a function. Like I said, from the beginning of our class, I differentiate between the formula and the function. But most of the time, we use it interchangeably. Many times, people do not even call function. In fact, almost every day, you'll be hearing except from formula. Come and learn except formula. Come and nobody, they talk about function when they explain it on during adverts. But in fact, what we use most is function, not formula. Okay? Because a function is an inbuilt in an Excel, which give you an instruction to follow to arrive at an answer. But the formula is when you use your logic to arrive at an answer without an Excel instruction. So for our join, we have a function and we also have a formula. The function for join is called concatenate, while the formula we use an amper symbol to join two or more. So remember, when we talk about concatenate, what do we mean by concatenate? Concatenate means joining two text strings as one. So if you are concatenate a text, that means there will be no space between those texts that you are joining together, except you add some of your logic by adding a quotation. Normally, when you have something of this nature, not even when, if you have, like in Excel, in SQL, if you want, maybe if you are filling something and maybe they tell you that you don't need to leave an empty space. because there's a way you create a table. When a table is created and when you are filling it and you leave a space, it will not execute. Okay, we'll come to that. For those that will continue the class, will not execute. But for you to make, if you still want it to be empty, you need to use this quotation. Okay, the quotation means that yes, something is there, but when the information is coming out that you put something, that place will be empty. So that is why when you use a quotation, when you are doing a concatenate, it will give you a space that nothing will be there. So it just creates a space. So that is the function of when you always have quotation, space, quotation. They always tell you that maybe when we are dealing with if function, we will use a quotation which will tell us that if this place is this, it should give me this. So join. Then we move to transpose, which we say for the higher version of those people that are using 224, either 2021, transpose by a simple function, you can have your transpose. But if you are using 216, 20, 20, I don't want to talk about the other one. 210, 213 is out of it. So you have to use the highlight function, the copy functions, the click where you want it to be functions, the go to paste, locate space extra, and transpose. So if I'm using the older version, but if I'm using the new version, you just do equal to transpose, highlight what you want, close your bracket, and hit enter to transpose it for you. So for those using 2024, now you can do just equal to transpose as a function. Then you go and highlight the range of the items you want to transpose. Then you close your bracket and hit enter to transpose what? Transpose means changing the data direction, either from vertical to horizontal or from horizontal to vertical. That is what I mean by transpose. So that is why I encourage that everybody should have version 2024 because it has a latest update that the other one did not have. Okay. When I was, we were using, most people, when they were using 216, I was also using 216. So we could not get this particular transpose function. So we must follow that long process. Okay, but now 2024 have it. And then if you are looking for S lookup, 2026, 216 did not have, from 2021 have. So we have three lookup functions. We have the V lookup, we have the H lookup, and then we have the S lookup. But the other one have the V and the H, but they do not have S. And S is one of the most important among the three. Then from transpose, like I said, this was changing the direction of data. Why do we even do transpose? If a data has been like a data entry clerk, record the data given to you and you want to analyze and you feel that the way this data has been recorded, like this one that I show now, you feel that, oh, how do you want to work with this data like this? And I say, no, the arrangement was not proper. Then you do what is called transpose so that it will be good for you to work. Then the last part, which this is where I want to start my revision with, is what we call drop-down list. After we transpose, I tried this, so I transpose, and I wanted to delete the initial data, then to go to the right. Okay, yes, a function always reference the original. Okay, I did not talk about the absolute reference and I jumped that part. A function always reference the main data. So when the main data is gone, what you have will be also gone. Okay, it's not only in transpose. Whatever you use for references, once you delete the original, the result will also move. Okay, for instance, okay, let's say you just do sum, and then we have this as our sum, and then we close bracket. So we have 220. If I delete one, it will continue from what we have. But what if I remove everything? Okay, so any function you use, always reference the original. So once the original data is no longer there, your result also will not be there. But in a simple way, okay, this some of those things like this transpose is part of data cleaning. But when you have more data to clean, you don't use inside Excel like this for cleaning. You are just learning different functions. So when we have, because even though we want to do a transpose and you have a larger data, it will be very difficult to use this function. So we use what we call Power Query. So the Power Query transpose will transpose the data at the spot there. It will not copy it to another place. So you don't have to bother that, okay, I have something to delete. No. The main positions of the data that will be transposed. So it will not like, okay, the original is here, I want to transpose this. Okay, the drop-down list. That is one of the disadvantages. If like now, if we want to do a drop-down list and then we write it here and copy, the same thing will happen if we delete. Okay, so let's say we say apple is what? Fruit, Abi? Apple is fruit. Apple is fruit. Cat is veggies. Please, success, take care of that person that just joined. Success, are you there? Please, anybody that is not mute, you can remove the person so that you will not be disturbing our class. So the turkey is what we call it protein that day, Abi. Odimo is series. Biscuits is now creating a drop down. Either if I want it once and for all, I just highlight that place. But if I can only click this cell B5, okay, and then go to what data, and then look for what data validation, and we change it to from any value, we change it to what list. Okay, now then list they will tell you for source. What do you mean by source? Like we know, wait to be the root of whatever you are doing, your source, the root of it. So now if they are trying to tell me that this data validation I want to do, what did I want it to be there? What should be the source? So I'm also okay. If I want this, if I want that one that I can drag it to, even though I did not click this, that day I click here. So I can move it. So I will put my cursor on the source, then I come and highlight this. Okay. For those that day, that is not what I did. That day I clicked here for it to give me space. But today, instead of clicking there, because it's here, so I can drag it here, put my cursor on source, come and highlight here, then I'll click OK. Now, if I click OK, if you check, the drop down will be only that B5 because I did not highlight here. Just it's only here that will have a drop down list. So what I will do if I did not highlight it from the beginning is for me to just click the place and then do the fill down. So let's check. You see that everything have as well. So depends if you wish to highlight them all before you do your drop down list, or you can just do one and then fill down. Now, I will pick in a drop down list, like I said, it is mostly used when you are giving people option to choose. Okay, I give an example. You are filling a forms, let's say a student, then you reach where course, instead of you to use your hand to write your course, they already give you an option. You see data analytics, cyber security, product design, uh, AI integration. So instead of you to be using your hand, just click the small button here and then you pick from the option. That is what we mean by what drop down list. Now, if I use this method, then and I say, nah, I don't need this one again, then I delete it. Those one that I picked before will be there. But if I click this button, now nothing will be there again because I have deleted the source. Okay, so that is you reference original. Once those original do not exist again, that is how it is. Yes, I have picked this one before. That is why they are there. So that original that delete will not affect what I have picked before. Okay. The only solution to handle this one is to let me now if I want to undo this, I'll see go back, highlight everything here, go back to data validation. You know that even though because the original is not there, but my button is there, just that there is nothing inside again. So I need to undo it by highlighting it, go to data, go to my data validation, the same thing. So now here now you will just say do clear all. So if I clear all now, it will remove that button. Okay, so I'll do clear all, and then click OK. So it will remove the button. But even though that clear all will not, anything you already picked, it will not touch those things. But the only solution that you will do for this thing, instead of writing it down, what you will do is just you can highlight the place, data validation, any value, change it to this. You enter it here direct. Now the source is here, so there is nowhere that you can delete it and it will go. So the source is already here on it. So just say fruits. You separate it with comma. The next one is what? Veg, comma. The next one is protein, comma. The next one is cereal, comma. And then the last one is snacks. So that is, then you click OK. So you have them. So there is no way that you can say, I have this one here. I should delete it because it's not supposed to be showing here and then have a drop down list. And if you delete it, it will wipe. So the only solution is just enter inside the source, write it there directly, and everything will be good to go. So this should be a revision class. We did it last week. So let's look at the lookup value. Lookup value. Any questions on the VLOOKUP? On the drop down list. Though it was a revision, we did it last week. So now pig, fruit, carrot is veg, turkey is protein, goat is protein. Okay, let me show you people something. One work I did with this drop down list. So now maybe as you are seeing it, you not really know. Let me put it in a real life scenario where we normally maybe you will need it to function well. Depends if you have something to build for somebody. Where is Jennifer? Huh? Where is Victoria? You are saying something. Who is raising up hand? You are saying something. Where is Jennifer? Where is Victoria, your friend? She joined your line. But do not see, are you sure? Then somebody, where is Amaka? Abi? Huh? Is it there should be somebody Amaka or so? Okay. Shade and Asemu know of lights. They say it's better like this now. Huh? We can't sit on it. So because but if it says they are normally fully, okay, uh, so if you look at this, is a cell record, is a cell record. We have inventory, we have cell persons, we have admin and summary. Okay, it's a cell record. Um, now I'm giving a real life scenario how we make it of drop downs. Let's say somebody has a supermarket and then the person never really grew to use software to solve the business. And now I'm manually work. So I pick something like this. These are the benefits. Here is one. This kind of light and the person is the kids price are one. And if we got now, how do we get it? Any day this opening store, let's say this is what the person is now. So any day the person bring new store, we can add it to spaces. This we can find it. So any day, for instance, now let's say it starts that I start and then any day you go to my place. Whatever you bring, record and that will be added to the you did the follow. Okay, the person that some business is like it's not just a different things. How to like let's say the person is supplier. Okay, so really have the customer like even though we have the customer, if the customer not really good. Okay, because I built something like this, someone or this not I call it this like a mock of individual. Okay, because I cannot want to put it. When we talk about say show your project, what people wait for person, you can't put it. I can't put it. And we work forward. Like you not stay work like for different. So this is more of what I do for somebody. So the person is not able to talk with each other. So but I change it to what it's in. So when the person the customer like let's say my dad to the airport and then this part is for event. Then we have a cell person sheets here. Now this where customer name here. This already this customer name. Now because of this drop down, now the sales person don't need to write customer. What the person needs to do, he or she needs to do is when a customer comes, just the person's number. Let's say the customer is just the drop down is already here. Okay. Just pick 009. And then just one layer here. Now, the same person, the only thing now, because of the drop down and the function automation, you have only two or two places that is right, she or he can write manually. Only two. The only place I write manually is because you cannot automate it once, and you cannot. So that is the only place that person can write manually. Now, the drop down is what the help us here. Now, let's say the person come and pick that's yellow bar. Now, the person come, they did pay or what it's in credit. You don't use your drop down list and pick it. Credit is when the person pay. Debit is okay, you just carry the goods, you never pay. No, like that's why I say it's a supplier and not just a normal. So if the person no pay, you put them, you move to the next. Okay, now reference, because you tell me you don't need to touch reference. Let's say never pay, never to transfer or cash. So you need to placement. Then products now. Which product did the person pick? Now you see your drop down, so you see the list of the product. If this drop down is reference inventory, whatever you have. Hello. So the reference this first one, inventory. So it's that. So what the person want? Let's say the person want gala. And good thing about this is that if the person pick gala, it will tell you the number of gala that you have. If I, for instance, let's say the pick 20, yeah. The pick 20, this quantity, this is when the person will write manually 20. And you can't next again, you can't pick gala again. Let's say another person want gala. Next one. To tell you that other remain 8. It will not be 100. So drop down list, reduce manual entry. So the only two places that in this app, the only two places that we manual is the quantity and the amount paid. Okay, because you cannot automate amount paid. I don't know how much person paid. So paid, that is where you come to amount paid or amount received, sorry. And payment received now, this is where you can see enter manually. But you see these debts, you don't enter manually. Once the person did not pay at all, if the person pick as debit, it's there's this quantity now. If you pick a product, the price will show. Immediately you pick the quantity to multiply it and give the total price. That is, if Gala is 5 and pick 20 to multiply and tell you that 210,000. Now, all these yellow parts, all these places that are color yellow, is to warn you that you don't need to touch this part. Those are where they are functional certification. So I can log for people that not. And when you click it, it will tell you that. Did I even log this one? Let me try something. Okay, I can log it for somebody else. I can still log it for myself. But if I click it, it goes. But if I log it, I can't. So that is for drop down list. Okay, so let's move back to our Excel. Any questions on the drop down list? So now I'll move to VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP. For lookup value, okay, generally, let's say if first we have the input, the second we have the H2, the third we have the S. Now, we'll be using with D and S. Why I don't want us to be, I don't bother about H2 of minister. H2 is horizontal lookup. But most of the times, don't use horizontal data. It's the same method. But then S so 9 the Baba out of the 3. So okay. Now for the sake of people where they far, make I increase. Okay, I believe you can see from the back. Okay, let's look at the lookup. Now, this is I will see reference. Let's do small one first. I will reference us back to this big thing. This is a thing. Let's say in the village have a supermarket and the sell boy. Okay, and the sell boy. And it's not around, let's say a new person. And we are using someone came and in our system, okay, the supermarket, all the products have their card number. Okay. So somebody came and picked particular, let's say soup. Somebody came and picked a particular number, say suit. Okay. So now I don't know the price what the price not have of everything. Now, and I'm looking at okay, this table is about. Let me just use a small scale. The table is in that just 1,000. Instead of people the table and see what this waste customer time. I already know that the suit is a tag number. Let's say the just look tag number. So I'll put that suit here. That is the particular item the person so then I'll use a VLOOKUP to trace the price quickly. Okay, so I'll use a VLOOKUP to trace the price quickly. So let's look at how we can trace it. So now I'm not saying equal to VLOOKUP. Now VLOOKUP, now look at it. Say look for the value in the first most column of the table, and then such value send on now. Why the S lookup superseded that? If you look at what I just said, you see you look for the value of the X mass. What you are using the first column of the name of the item. Once if this table is more than 3, And then maybe I have the first my serial number. I cannot even pick up again. Hello. Hello. If the table is more than column more than three, and the first column is not that item. You look up only use when the first column is the item. So now I'll not say equal to VLOOKUP. Then I'll pick my word VLOOKUP. Then it will tell me what to do as a function. You remember. He said lookup value. What is my lookup value? Lookup value means what are you looking for? So this lookup value originally should be the best column. So now remember, I will not come and click shoot here because the table is large. I don't even know where to click. That is why it is somewhere else. Okay. So I'll go and click this suit here, then comma. The next thing is the function, let's say table array. What is my table array? The table where the item is. Table array, okay. You are looking for suit. Where it is. So the table array is. So I'll come and highlight the whole table. Comma. Now, next thing you will ask biggest number. What is biggest number? Biggest number means that I'm looking for amount. I mean, I already know that I have to see. But I'm looking for the price. So the biggest number means that which follow the amount for. Now, for instance, we already have two tables on one amount. You know, normally you open table, you know where. So my index column will be 2. Then I'll close my bracket. Please, 2 is not constant. That is not constant. I can't like this. 1, 2. For instance, let's say this here would be product category. For instance, let's say here is product category. Then here is amount. I will not say 1. See that one here. So index first thing, okay, we look for 3 things. First, look over what it's now here. Second, temporary, which step is your item? So is the last one. Which column? Because you are looking for amount, I mean, which column so you count on one process. Are you sure that you are there? Then I hit enter. Now, if I hit enter, it tells me that suit is 120. So if I come back here, let's check. Success. Success, please, can you hear me? Okay, now that is for a short now. You've been looking at, please, you've been looking at it does take here now. I will see 120. But let's look at this table. Let's go back to sheet 2. Let's go back to sheet 2. which one I'm looking for? Wow. 1. Okay. Let's look at this. One zero zero 4, 9. Let's look at something like this. One zero zero 4, 9. Okay. So let's say this is a customer number. This is a customer number. Okay. Now, let's look at this 10049. They give you that. And let's say the situation whereby this number did not consider number is this. I was thinking I'll check that later. Let us got the name of this customer. This is the code. They want to know who have this code. Like something happened. And they know, let's say somebody that using code, something happened, and then they got your code. So what they don't know you are. Hello, they have to find people that please give us the name of this person. Like something they want sharp. And the table is how many road do we have in this thing? Who can remember? Huh? So you have to look for the name of this person. So now say, okay, let's look at it. Let's use VLOOKUP and see. Equal to VLOOKUP. My lookup value is what? The number, which is A2,
okay.
comma. My table array is this table. Now, if the table is big, how do you highlight it? If the table is big, how do you highlight it? So I'll just highlight the first one, which is the header. Then Control Shift and page down.
That's okay? Like that.
Because if we want to highlight it, draw it, that's 17,000. We know close for this class today. So highlight us the header, Control Shift, page down to highlight everything for you. Now, don't bother, you know what is this? So just put your comma. After you highlight or put your comma. Okay. Then what we do, this one, customer is good. So my index column number now, that's what I'm looking for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because this is another column. So I will pick 9. I want to pick this person. So my index column number will be what? 9. Then I'll close my brackets. Hello. Are we following? You say no, sir. When do you come to class? No, wait. When do you come to class? So I hit enter. He said the person with that number is what? I want to have a trace. And so you are not supposed to allow that. Like, I thought this like 3 times now. How can I have it from? So, how many people who practice work with that is one of the things, please, you can advise us. I know it's hard by the whole different next, but we'll just one happen. Are we listening? One house. First, the day where you say one that thing. That's something. One. And those things you brought up. But this last, where is the animal? You put it right there. Then, wait to see what are you doing? This way to do this something. You know, the man has to and then one pass. Pass something completely over. Like, because we have to work. Once we have to so we know the characters. What do you mean by that? And that is that's why that is then. And if you want to do the thing, don't be a character like that. And not be a constant formula. Because as I and two persons who ever know something like the same. Let's say you go there, but that one may not know. Let's say you don't know, but that person. That is why number two is especially I. Hello, everybody get me? Huh? Everybody get me? I why not my time. Except most because why I use the time to point every is but so because it's not very and you try and one time some start like so this complete thing. So one, find somebody that next experience. Two, maybe start maybe don't say people are going to be people are going to respond to. And before I sleep well for my day, before I go bed, so don't say because I'm studying. That's the that means I change my all right. So that I slow so you will get something why I reach I go fast. So they slow like this and I'm looking at course start. Why I go fast from place to say I'm expecting that part what I want to add is something that I want to learn. So you use that knowledge to add it. So if you know they get that small like more slow and very quickly as possible. Now, I said if you want to analyze the work data like this one, you know when you already do your formula, if you mistakenly click now, it will scatter your formula. So you need to be very careful. Once you don't start with equals to something and you want to highlight, don't click to scatter your formula. Now, I say I like only the what? The header. I like the header. That is, there are 13 column or so, when you highlight the header, you go Control and Shift together using your left hand. Then you page down with your right hand. I've explained where to duplicate those things. So I don't need to be explaining classes. That's why the first thing I spent of how many pages have you upgraded laptop? I'm trying to get my class. So that when they ask some questions, I'm not saying let me say I'm but if you say it's happy, I'm supposed to be controlling where you play it. Hello, I'm sorry. My class, so let's ask. How many people say those something so that when they do something, they move your side. But say they struggle to place your body and point on it. You know, yes, those things have been updated to your body. And people they say body are able to take that. Understand what I mean? There's some person that I spent Chinese body to look for art, to solver, to look for format, to they struggle. But then what they said they would see that. Okay, I say if you do equal to VLOOKUP, you come to this heading, highlight it to the last one, like that is from customer ID to what? To name. To last name. Okay. So you, as I highlight like this, I felt leave a bit. So if I want to highlight the whole thing now, then I'll now use what? Control Shift together, then page down to cover everything. Okay, even though now 1 million data there, we'll see highlight all. Okay, that's. So that's how what we find the neck or what? I can't hear you. So if you don't have this before we come to this table, I say let's go back to sheet. And I'm not seeing this table. See, sometimes when you enter a new sheet, you need to observe two things. Please, everybody should listen. Are you seeing this A? Because sometimes they enter a new sheet and it's far below. You need to check whether you are home to see that this A1 or something so that you come. And sheet 2 is immediately, let's go back to there where I get started, source of that. And madam, you are asking. It's a not. Okay. Question before we move on. Please already said we have one more. If B, how many people like you now in this class? I can do few of what is the math. I say if a people wake up for sleep and I give a assignment, they so beautiful. I'm not talking about this big table. Let's leave the big table. See, the fact is that hello. My question is that how many persons can comfortably this problem? If you don't have to breathe, nothing cannot do it. The very different that those are your paid now. Hello, shall we get what I sabi? And that I like. Well, Right? Yeah. How to be alive. So if you don't have to navigate, as far as it is, now, first of all, remember if you look for, you need three things. You need to understand those three things first. Before you dream of, or before, as you are thinking of, I want to do this one, you need to understand this thing. One is one. Look over. Over. What you are seeing, right? Now, if we have this number 10719. Now, the question we are asked to answer is that this person commit something, they catch something, they catch this number, commit something, but they don't know who is the person. So they want you to bring the person's name so that they will trace him or her. Hello. Now, this table is 17,000, and then the number recorded is not serial. But it's okay, let me take serial number one to that number. But no, this number is serial. That's not. There's one or something I have. I was thinking it's this one or not. That's not. That one number I don't start. So say bring the person name. One. Person number is very clear. It's important. The next thing is what? Table array. What is table array? Because for instance now, why this thing has you can have one sheet and have three tables, four tables in that sheet. Hello. So you can convert people to your view form without affecting other things. That is why you need to identify the table array. Tell people that this is the table you want to work. So it must not be saying you only use people for when you have one thing. There will be a lot of people in a sheet. But it's asking you for table array with table. Then number three is what you call an index number. Index, the just like the serial. Index like the serial number. And so you tell you that okay, index number. The one way they look for that you want to bring out. Tell me the number of that one. That is serial number of that one. That's what we count from. One. The female is another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we pick 9. So we come to 6 number 9 because once you have a question and you make a sign, you cannot speak quiet. I don't think you can talk to that. It's showing you. For being local, once you local value is not in the one, that is this is not trouble. Once you local value, please. That's why we have another one called please, let's please know Once the lookup value is not the first column, forget the lookup. No. Okay, let's look at it. Let's do practical, babe. Let's do practical. Feel like so now no one will move to another topic. Okay, let's say we are using let's say we are using this. There's something I want to. We are using this person, Laura, Laurie, as a lookup value. Okay. Looking at as a lookup value. So we want to know how much revenue did he generate for us? What is his revenue? So equal to VLOOKUP. A lookup value is what, Laurie? Comma. So you now, for your own, okay, let's use it first. Lookup value, comma. So highlight the header, Control Shift, page down, comma, and revenue is revenue and people. 1, 2, 5. Revenue is 5. Then I'll close my bracket and hit enter. So you see what it gives us. Huh? What is the wrong method? The wrong method. Now, this in column nine. Now, in VLOOKUP, remember, like I always tell you, once the column, the lookup value is not the first column, forget it will not give you column. So, I'm looking for this. I'm looking for 1, 3, 4, 5, 4. That's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. I have to call what was last time. But if I change it, I can change that 90. So that is just that. I'm even expecting not this thing to give me revenue. I was expecting it to give me something else. Okay, let me remove this 5 and put 6 and see what it will give me. So you see, so it will be giving me just the header. Is that clear now? So okay, I will show us the difference very quickly. This is what I'm looking for, for the VLOOKUP. This is the data. Check sheet 1. After VLOOKUP, check sheet 1. Check sheet 1. Let me check the number of this table. How many we have? This is what I was even looking for, not that one. Okay, it's 23,279. So it's even larger than the other one. So this table is what? 23,000. Oh, and this number is just one right. It's sorry. It's not serial number. This is the code. So okay, look at it. Look at the code now. See where it's arranged. You see 23372, 23265, 23346, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2. The table is just one order. Now, the serial number is not arranging well for you to check. And then the equation pop up like, okay, look at the equation we have to answer here. Using VLOOKUP, are we all here? Yes. Using VLOOKUP, find the name for the following IDs. Now, it's not in serial. Like that first one, serial, for you to locate their name. Hello. So these are the IDs. For instance, now, okay, you know, what is that? Let's see. Now, these are customer dictated by the organization, but these are the customers that patronize them very well. Hello. Now, the baby, they want to pay bonus for them. And they need their meal. Hello. Now, these are the customers that patronize very well. So they already identified their number, but they don't know who belongs, like who gets. So you, as an exact specialist, specialist, you are asked to face out the name of this people. You see? Now, what do you use? I will not say use it. Are you going to think with one thing? Are you going to be searching for the number inside? Come to the table and be looking for, you copy the number. Now, you'll be checking 23273. Are you going to be checking? Search bar. Maybe I will if you don't have to check. I don't have to search bar and say okay. You do an account. You don't have to say that. You said me. If I said it for something, don't break your mind. It's different than this. This is what you have. If you want to search now, it's the number you will have. So how do you use the number to search the name? You get what I say? If I search for something, share. If something is important like this, you are search, if you click search bar, I mean that's where they search the type. So you see the difference. Please let's understand ourselves. If I go to search bar, where my home. If I go to search, this is fine, and let's say I go to find. Okay. Okay, let's put 2, 3, 2, 7, 3. I say fine. What even bring for me? Fine. So it's here. Is there master class? Then I say bring the number here. But is it really what we're looking for? So let's look at this first. search can take you there because do you know why I see the name? Because it's still close by. I mean, what of the column is not close by? You see begin the search. Even the search still take you time as well. So now let's look at this one. Okay, so we are looking for the name. Now, another advantage of it is that if you do view up, man, if you are doing search, you need to think one after the other. You see where it is advantage. If you are doing search, you need to think one after the other. But if you are doing view up, once you get one, you are free. Hello. Once you do one, you are free. Well, let's look at it. Are we good to go? So equal to what? VLOOKUP. What's our lookup value? M4, comma. What is our table array? So highlights from what? Distributor to revenue, then control shift and what? Page down, comma. Name is in number 2. It's in column 2. 1, 2. We are looking for name. So we put 2. And then we'll close bracket and hit enter. Huh? You say? Wait, at the phone. Wait, everybody is giving you the sentence. Yes. But I dropped down and gave me the video ones. This particular number, the first number, not saying there. Huh? I'm not sure it's there. Do that search, let's see, Oga. No, I'm coming. If it's there, why is it giving us error for there? Okay, let's look. Let me look it back again. Equal to V. What will VLOOKUP? Our lookup value is the number and a table. Huh? It's coming up. It's coming up. It's not. What's happened? Second and third one. That's what we know. Okay, let's check for unit price first so that let's look at equals to VLOOKUP. Equal to VLOOKUP M13, comma, lookup value comma cell amounts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, should be 9, right? Yes. Okay. Check where it's like those numbers do not exist. Yeah. Huh? Are you sure? Huh? Wow. Wait, all right, the name is there. It's not that there's an issue with the uniform. All right, the name is there that copper. I use other report. Let's move on first. I don't know. I'll sort it out later. I know what's the number is there, but we don't call it, copper. So please, let's check the difference between income and price. Number is there. See the name here. Three those numbers numbers. Please, if you have question, ask now. If you don't have much. I will So please, let's leave it. We will check later so that we will not be stuck there. How many person gets the other one? Forget the one that you know work. Even this. What one? What one? The name. Yes, DNA. You know what? What do you want? Yeah, it's more. This one and normal. Because let's first of all leave it and hello. Now, let's leave the issue that we have, but if we look up, we can do it now, right? We can do it now. So let's look at this. When I said it's or when even the small one, leave the big one. If your big one is not working, try small one first. Okay, everybody leave one. Let's go to this sheet. I will attend to everything before we go. Summary, we will attend to everything. Let's check this S lookup. Who have S lookup there? Who have S lookup there? The next sheet is S lookup. Are we there? Please leave those one first. We still do it because I don't want us to just end this only VLOOKUP. We are still comparing it, so we'll still do VLOOKUP. So that, like I said, don't be stuck in the plenty one. Learn the small one first. You can use the knowledge and apply it out. Okay. How many of us have this? Eh? You say? Okay. Okay, now let's look at this thing. Everybody, please look for it. Let's look at this thing. Have a table customer. Let's see. Okay. Now we have this. Have the customer ID, the name, the age, gender, problems, total pay, amount to pay, and balance. Now, these are information of your customer. So, there's level of the market to make a higher page and the opportunity to say, okay, let me check who paid for or who is still now, let's use customer ID. This total amount with this balance and the balance. So let's look at this. For VLOOKUP, okay. For VLOOKUP, let's say equal to VLOOKUP. Everybody, are we here now? For those that say they all know the work, so yeah. Sometimes maybe because they follow up, that's why your own can get issue. And please learn how to do that bump highlighting. Like if you have much now, where I know say they give some of the issue. So VLOOKUP, what is our lookup value here? So I will click what? Edo 11, which is B24, comma. What is my table array? So this one not too big, so let's highlight it together. So I'll highlight it like this, drag it down to this last one, okay, comma. What do we look for? What are we looking for? Oh, I jump. Oh, not where we're supposed to start with. Let's leave this one first. There's a table up. There's a table up here. Go up, go up, go up. There's a table up here. So now look at here. For those, let's look up at the flexibility. Let's look for search in direction, left, right. Look for search for left, right. That is why it's not very for Then 2, error handling. Let's look up at the building not found. Handling view, handling. We look up return and see that. If there is an error, that is why we are asking there's a problem somewhere there in that particular distance. We look for people for explain performance. Let's look up is faster with large data sets. Okay, so let's look at this one. Simple. Are we ready? Are we ready? Yeah. Let's think. Are you ready? Are you sure? So now let's look at TV now for the color TV equal to VLOOKUP. My lookup value is what? TV here, comma. My table array is this small table. So I use my hand, I light it, comma. Then what did I want? I want amount 3. Close brackets. And I take my time now. We don't do this thing for the past 40 minutes now. I hit enter. So what do we have? So if I take this thing, voice unless I go there, I remove TV. I put HP. What's happened? If I put so if I say remove it, I put TV. Are we good? How many of us get it? Now, let's do something. Okay, let's look at this. Then number 2. Do your VLOOKUP now. It show you what? Wait, though. How many hours we want to do this thing of that? So I'm showing the hello. How do you know about one of the stage? If you got it, that means you are not. I did not get it. I did not get it. Now, okay. See, the issue is that like if you go really for like first, now we are looking for what? TV. Okay. You equal to VLOOKUP. Click TV. Please, everybody listening. Equal to here, VLOOKUP. You click TV. You do comma. Come and highlight this small table. After highlighting small table comma, then you put 3, close your bracket. I'll be giving, see, if you do not know this step, it's not easy because the table small, it's step. Step 1 is what? Look for value. Step 2 is what? Step array. Step 3 is what? Small index number. Once you know those 3 steps, very easy. But if you don't know those steps, you will waste your time. Now, let's look at number 2 now. It is this number 2 that I will now later introduce SQL. Let's look at the number 2. Now, number 2, what is our lookup value? Equal to VLOOKUP. What is our lookup value? What is our lookup value? Please, I want the class to be active. We pass it. What is our lookup value? So, our P laptop is here, comma. What is our table array? Comma. Then what is the index number? 3. Close bracket and hit enter. Wait. Wow. Yes. Now, let's take some okay. So, all right, let's look at please, let's look at SQL now. Let's look at SQL now. Okay, everybody here can do this for hello, everybody here can do this for the big set is the problem is not because we cannot do it, but because we do not know how to highlight other pictures. Hello. Now we still have the try explaining. Okay, the fact is that it's right. Like now, it's for the second problem now. Now, okay, let's look at SQL. The difference between the SQL and returns more than one. SQL and returns because dealing with column number. So it doesn't return the column number you give. But return array. So whatever cell it become more than one. So we get. So the advantage of it is that now in VLOOKUP, it will only give you the price. That is one. If you need price, it's price. If you need item like this, usually the item. But VLOOKUP can become more than one. Okay, let's look at VLOOKUP now. Are we good? So let's look at VLOOKUP now. So equal to, for people using 216, you are not part of us. Equals to VLOOKUP. Just change instead of we use S, sorry. Equal to what? Okay, let me make it bold. So equal to VLOOKUP. Now listen very well. VLOOKUP asks for lookup value as well. So our lookup value is what? TB, comma. Then it did not ask for table array. It asked for lookup array. Now, what is lookup array? Lookup array is the column. Now, it doesn't give table. Lookup not very different with table. Dealing with columns. Now, it's true for lookup value, the same thing that lookup as Abi. The next of lookup before table array, but the next one is lookup before lookup array. What do you mean by lookup array? TB, and here it's there. So I'll come and highlight that column instead of table, comma. We get it, Abi. And we get what? Lookup array. Lookup ask for what? Table array. What do you mean by lookup array? Lookup array is called that the lookup is. So the lookup, our lookup value is what? So this is the column that also I highlighted. Now the next question is return array. That is for VLOOKUP. If we look up, you ask for what? Follow text number. So our array now, I need what? Amount. So I'll go and what? Return array. I'll go and highlight amount. Then I can do this quotation. Where my quotation not found. Close quotation, close brackets, and hit enter. Wait till I do. Eh? You close the bracket. He's looking with no far. Who be that? Not that it's not working. If you close the bracket, there's something I want to do with that. I don't compromise my formula. Okay, equal to VLOOKUP. What is that? Is what? Table array is. Okay, lookup value is TV, comma. Column array is this, comma. Return array is this, close bracket and hit enter. Now, it give us this. If there's something I'm trying to find out, I'll bring it later. Now, it's still give us the same thing, Abby. But let's see where the difference comes between S and now, we have 6,000 for this. The same thing will be for, right? So let's look at another angle. Are we ready? Okay, let's look at another angle that equal to what? S lookup. Let's say our lookup value is TV again. Comma, just leave the one. Then our what? Lookup array is first line, comma. Our return array, I'll highlight the 2 instead of 1. Close brackets, it's enter. Now, let's look up and return electronics are the amount. But we look up, so what happened? Now, that return array, instead of being highlighting only this one, I'll add this. So it will return the result of the 2. That one. Hello. Okay, let's look at it now. Equal to S lookup. Our what? First of all, when you do it, follow this page. Lookup value is what? CV. So I'll click what? CV, comma. The next is lookup array. You know, please, what is demand at that moment will not come up. Whatever that is blocked, that is not what is requesting at the moment. Okay? If you look at now, it's what is visible is what only for lookup array. So lookup array is what the columns that they did before. So I want to highlight TV. CV column. Now, if I want two results, it asks me for return array. If I want two results, that's means TV. If I need section and the price. If I need section and the price, I will highlight this column instead of 1. But VLOOKUP not get that because VLOOKUP asks for number. So you can only enter 1 number. Hello. Now I'm going to highlight these 2 columns, which is section and amount. Then when I close my bracket and hit enter, you will now see that instead of me giving me 6,000, it will give me the name of the product and then the amount. Okay. Now, even though it is 4, so the difference is that VLOOKUP can only go and bring and give like for an amount. XLOOKUP and add extra thing with the name of what you are giving. It can return to be returned. But VLOOKUP on the amount. That's so good. Right? Yes. This one. It will work. It's worked, but the laptop will not work because the laptop is not in this column of what you know. We highlight. Laptop is in the second column. So this column is not part of our highlights. We did not highlight this column. So it's work, but it's because of this laptop that we see that this one will have issue. And that's fine. That's it. That's it. That's a good items. No, that's a item concession. So I beg, let's move on to this now. Okay, so that I want us to get it clear here now. In a situation whereby why the S lookup will not be very clear is that if they give you this number, they want everything three to be out. Instead of if you use VLOOKUP, you can only pick one. Hello. For an S lookup now, they want you to show them this person number now. You want you to show them what? The amount to person owed, that is this, the total amount of the product, the one you paid, the one that is still remaining. So you use S lookup to arrive at that, but VLOOKUP cannot give you. So let's go. Are we good? So we now say equal to S lookup. Our lookup value is what? Please. Our lookup value is what? Click it, which is B24, comma. Our lookup array is what? This ID. So I'll highlight it. Comma. Then our return array is starts from what? This. So we highlight for total amount to balance down. Okay. Balance down. Then you close the bracket and hit enter. So you see it will return everything. That is the three results. Okay, so that person that there is something I wanted to add that did not work that time. That's now the function X lookup have an additional equation for not count. Please, have a function instead of now when you use lookup, okay, let's look at this. Let's look at S lookup now. I want to show us something. Okay, now for S lookup, I'm starting again. Oh, please, equal to S lookup. Our value is what? This 1, 1. Click it, comma. Lookup array is this customer ID. I highlight it, comma. My return array is from total payment. I highlight it to the last one, comma. Now, if you close it, like who was saying it that time? Somebody, when I was trying to ask something, somebody said just close it, it will work. Who say it? Now, I know that if you close it, it will work, but that is not the complete function for you close it to work, but you have an addition. So after this one, what do? Put quotation, double quotation, then write not found, not found. Close the quotation and close the bracket. Are we good? Now, after your final return array, when you highlight return array, comma, whether you put this or not, you give you result. Hello. You know the best step I was trying to put that. Whether you put it or not, you give you result. But look at it. When I put it, there is something you show up. So if I click enter now, don't start again. I check the function first. Wait till I did not put. Okay, S enter. So if I hit enter now, please, when I dey talk, some people they make noise for back. How you want to hear? Now, I put not found. You give me a result. But what is the essence of not found? This thing I want to explain. So that not found I will add if, for instance, now the ID start from 111 to what? 107. So if I say, okay, for instance, I can't check, I can't come to this ID. You know, if I change it from if I change it to 107, everything will change. Just look at the 101, this person, the total amount of the money is 350. The person have already paid 300. The balance is 50,000. So let me change it to 7. You will see that the person is not owing. Now, I already format this column. We will let format later. That if the person is owing it, the rent, the person is not owing it. Now, if I change it to from 7, let's say I change it from 7 to 2. Now, the person is owing 20,000. But when you add not found, let's say I compute 112. So if you tell me not found, what does that mean? Instead of showing you error, tell that there is nobody that exists that number. So that is one of the advantages of S. We have this function to tell you that this thing that you are looking for does not exist. You know, this is an error. So that's why you say, okay, this function, this formula I'm writing, if this column, if this super value is there, give me a result. But if it's not there, tell me that not found. So that is why we add not found. Whether you add it or not, it will work. Okay? But if you add it, give an X, if that's number you are looking for does not. So general question. For those that are having issue with B or any question at all, whether I say time not one piece of them. See, please. About 2 days ago, when I think I was in school, I already said, see, I think I need instruction and they take because me and the talk and the child, me I don't get for a perfect question of this part. And my number one instruction who will remember then number two, no signs of students. And the brain come. So please, one is why I see one. We'll have maybe you have question. Maybe you have. That person have. That question that my person have. 2 persons might be the same question. Okay? Now, if you ask and the person is here, when I respond, the person already will say now that situation he or she want to ask and ask you. Right? But if you ask and the person, I would have asked the person will say now that question and the answer. So to help us reduce time waste, talk about that, like positive class. Then the reason why the no side of stuff. There is a time they give time, partner. And if you know, say, if you know the is for you to learn fast speak, and someone a partner, that one they say, drop, come, look for best way to say, snap those people learn when. I mean, I will give that so that may look like say a partner is very great to life. I just say, okay, when you come to Paris, you someone with this quick catch up, and you want to see through the person and move the share, and share, and that one is different. But this is why I cannot emphasize on the thing. If we know, I think they are not talk, but once I don't start, just stop. Because if you are talking and I'm talking, you know, learn that I'm saying that. So when you are done with your math, don't let's look up end word become array. So when you have highlighted something like one form, comma, then you put quotation, not found. And like I said, that if you open bracket, any formula, if you open bracket or close it, if you open quotation or close it. So you first of all put double quotation before not found. Then you close quotation before final bracket closing. Okay. Let me click the formula so that you can see it. See it here. Let's look up value. Value array. Then return array. Comma not found. Okay, so everything will enter inside that bracket before you close it. Change this more from or no. Just dash. Send that. What do you mean by dash? I don't need to be as my balance. Okay, let's practicalize it. Yes. Can remove not found. Put what? Nil. That one will not concern you. It not concern you. Don't overboss yourself with something that will put you in trouble. Just stop at not found. Now, the essence of the thing not found, so that you don't say, like say, as far as you put whatever you write there, that information. But if once your people coming any other person. Yes, yes. Like I said, if you pick this person, I already command that place before you have command. I command you. If anybody is going, the balance the issue is that you know this is a total payment. That's mean the person bought 3. The total money the person is supposed to pay is 350. The person pays 300. So yes, that is why it's there.
Yes. But then when I go to the like Spotify, so we click Spotify and also click to solve the things that are created by balance. I'm supposed to do that. Those are
I say sometimes you people know put this thing. I refer to the practical part, like the real world that this men have been brought to you. How do you just say one? Now, this number now, for instance, we go back. Let me remove this one, put it back to 101. 101. Okay. Now, the question now is that how do you know that one is this? This is a record of person business. It can't be for 1 year. Because in fact, why are they use small, they move to give that. Nobody will give you small than that to analyze. Hello. You understand? Some data can be for 3 years before they want to come out and business. Now, the person brought this information for you now that please, so please, am I people that are sick with the way they have been. But business, some person don't know who's the or they know, but they don't know their amount. So, search for me using their ID. Using their ID. Do you know that in SQL, you can even bring out this name and join it? You can, as you bring this number, you can bring this name, join 3 results and come. So the person comes with either the person two, or look at the table, please. Now you can do only this one. If the person, for instance, now, okay, for instance, now, you do only this one. The person say, please, I want to see people that are speaking only. You don't need to do 4. You do 1. Then it's just going to be changing the code and showing the person that. Let me see this. Okay, if you look at this work now. Now, if the person, let's say it's that like that one, like the question I asked now, the person wants to know how many people are paying. Now, you don't already do it here. Okay, you already do it here now. This is the customer name. This is the total amount of everything I bought. This is the amount the person paid. You see now, like Mama is not winning anything. So you don't need to know if the person has 100 customers, you don't need to be with 2. You like on this one, now just for you to just come and click this drop down. Pick any of the name that the person wants. Let's say Angela now. It's telling you that Angela have bought something worth 105,000 and you never pay anything. Hello. So the question is not based on what you want to do. The person that give you that or what the person wants. Because not people don't decide to do what you want to do for people. Now then get what happen where they want you to help them. Now, this thing where I design, I did. They recommend me, say the person find I go to the office. We sit down and discuss. You tell me what you want. I put some control. Tell me what you want. I go back and return. Go fire. I go back and return. See the last one wait like so some people don't decide they find the wait I want for ask people tell you what you know what I say is beautiful, but what tell you what you want. I don't want to think like this person want. How what should I use? Hello. For time to come. Nobody will solve that. They do this myself. I want to draw things one for people to I got to learn how to number. So I got things out. Full out with 1 second. But another answer in my mind. If you don't know, you might say for sometimes now make I tell of my you can then when you come to issue of work, nobody will ask you, wait till you do my job you want. So we can have 10 methods to give one result. And result is one. Nobody want to show you for when you do presentation. Remember when we talk about data, we talk about the life cycle of data. The last one is your presentation. With that presentation, they don't want to see where you do, whether you use Python, whether you use people talk, whether you use math. But letting this because not to which one you want to make it. The most difficult part of whatever you're learning is doing something. And so, because you don't know where, if for instance, my best friend do people for me, not say, no, sir, I was the command. Say they help me. I don't want them to wait to ask for it. So you need to learn. But when you come to the show of more, navigate to anyone, make it not come out. So someone will read that one I love. So you don't define us and us Hello. But I never even go I when we don't even do that analysis. This one I excel with it. Okay. Did I answer your question? So what you do depends on what they want you to do for them. So that is when we now determine what. Now, I use this. If the person come with what I maybe you don't know the person name. But if the person come with name and name you go use. Just move beside this person. Now, for instance, this is the table the people have. Now you design this one on your own. Hello. Now let's say this is what they bring for you. Now you design this. Because this is what you want to show in. If you look at this now, if I go to the office, at the end, maybe at the end of the day, they want to check their inventory. This where our this their issue. This is where the same person they said. Okay. So anything I go to the office, you don't say, you know, if you say this one, you remember this. So you know if they use this place, they calculate waiting remember stuff. No, I go come here. And now I say, okay, wait if they want to check any item like this one, I go remove them first. What do you want to check? Let's say you want to check golden or right biscuit. I'll just click on. Now, this one will tell me say the total store you have on the day you start this record is 146. You don't say 12. Now wait till you remember. So that is why we seem to because all this one, I'm not the problem. This one I'm a function when you don't do to naive this one as well. So now this function what I use here as on if I use for all this one. So you understand? So it depends on waiting person one. If so you can decide, okay, this thing will this function I want to use to give an result. So another question, so I said 11:15 our class they end. Okay, 11:30. Okay, sometime. Any question? Now, if we do not have question, we go back to that big radical step so that more one don't look at. Any question? No question. Now, first of all, let's go back to this. Where is that written? Now, let's leave VLOOKUP or SLOOKUP or whatever. First of all, let me highlight this data first onto A, and then I want to increase it more. Okay, now, if I want to highlight this data now to the end, first of all, you learn it before you even start function. What I say we'll do is that you highlight the header like this. You start with what this distributor, highlight it, the header. Now the header is colored. If you look at it, now say one line there, I already highlight the header. Okay. Now I want to highlight to the last place waiting. That I end. I will now come and hold my control and shift. Control and shift by your left hand side. You press it together. No hold one, remove one. Press it together. Then my page down. I will not press my page down. You see, it's not highlighting now. I like the last number. Wait, you know what? I never found it. I never you have to convert to then first of all, if you do not convert it to you are not married. See, before you call the table, except you want to do it. I taught you this thing that day. If you want to write as a name, I taught you that day that if you don't want to highlight, you can say it start from A, but let's say it start from A1 ratio J 300. Okay, sorry, ratio J 300. Okay, J 300. It can highlight it as well. Take line is highlighted. But if you want it to be in there as a table, you can highlight it. Now, okay, let's even do it. To convert to a table is very simple. Click any of the cell inside it. Except if, wait, it's supposed to be a table already. Let me see already. At the con, how do you know that it's table already? The sheet one we are using. It's not a table. Now, to convert it to a table, best thing I can. So before you see my life, I like before you. Okay, let me see. Let's see. You see, I said, that's all that's you know, like that was that's all that's saying. If it's not like that, that is what I'm saying. It's still not different like the table now. For instance, now wait first. Just hold on now. What you are saying is that, for instance, let's say you do control A here, and then you come here and name it. That is what you say. It's still the same thing with the table I'm talking about. You already name it as a table for because we are looking for table array. That's what we are saying. So you already name from table that table instead of highlighting, you say the table for but the simple way that it won't help you with that. Now, before you give it a name, shall you highlight it as well, Abi? Now, let's look at it here. For those that is very difficult for you, let's look at it. Okay, click any of the same. Control A. Control A. Control C. Are we good? This is press the original. It's like ask question on answer. So Control A, Control what? C. Then click that OK. Okay, click OK. Then you see table design. Everybody must see table design. Abi? Check your own now. Click the table design. Table 1. Now, you can rename it or you leave that table 1. Just for that table 1, so when instead of you highlight the correct table 1, exactly, or you name it whatever you want to name it. Control A, Control C. That is, we don't already settle it for you. But you need to check the name that you give. Now, you give us what? Table 1. We want to change it if you don't want to change. So now let's look at it now. Say, okay, we have it as table 1. And then that is what she was still saying. So then we'll now say, okay, here now, equal to what? VLOOKUP. Our lookup value is this second one, comma. Our table array is what? Our table array is table 1. So if you just type table 1, you will see it there. Okay, just look at it. VLOOKUP equal to VLOOKUP. Abi, table and lookup value there, comma. Just as you type table, you now see the list of table. So you just instead of doing write so that you cannot write, just pick it from here. Immediately you pick that table 1. What happened? You highlight it for you now. For those that have it now in class, we don't really do one method because in the one method, one get process. That's why it's sad. Okay, I was waiting. So then you continue with the other thing I want to do. What is the other thing? Number. We are picking revenue. So revenue is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Abi? Which one is number 1? Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 9 is unit price. Okay, let me pick 9. Unit price. Table 1, comma 9. Close bracket. So you see, unit price for this person is 9.99. Huh? I did not tell you to write. It depends on the name I get. Now, you are not the one that writes table 1. So that if you want to change, then let's say you want to rename it as want to rename it. We have maybe we have kids, we have kids. If I want to rename it, either you underscore or kids. See that if we have let's say one to the we have the schema. Instead of after the schema exists, we leave it together, then we press later and after the or use other forms again. But in classes, it's okay. That is just that. Any other questions? You are speaking to your friend. Well, are you getting no. Okay. Class, I'm hearing you. And the fact is that, okay, for instance, now, if you are shouting and you call it presentation, how do you people the one to go up the next of people speak what I said that they must be mindful for you. Yeah.
I was saying that. Everybody here, I was stressing myself. So I was thinking, my computer does not have that same design. So how am I supposed to get stage steps like that?
You know, you have design. With either you have design or table design, you must have. Either you have design or table design, except you have not converted. If you do Control A, Control T, and click OK, you must see table design or design. Any of the two. Is there anybody that is not on this or our table design or design? You have not answered me.